24/7 Teachers Training, a lesson-by-lesson tutorial for homogeneous teaching. We are an EdTech textbook publishers.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear teacher. I welcome you on behalf of the Snowman publishers to an online tutorial on section 2 of chapter 1 of Science Grade 4, which covers characteristics of plants. The video will cover parts of a plant, different types of plants, biodiversity. So let's get started with the teaching plan. Welcome the students in the class cheerfully and ask them how they are. To set the pace of your lesson, start asking questions like, how many of you have plants at home? Do your plants have flowers or fruits? Let a few students describe their plants. Then you may ask, would any one of you like to come up front and draw your favorite plant on the board? Use that diagram to begin introducing the lesson with a quick recap of what the students already know, such as a plant needs soil and water to grow, it is put in sunlight and needs air. Remember to keep the students attentive and interested by asking quick questions such as, do you think plants get hungry like other living things? We drink water when we are thirsty. How do plants drink water? Use this discussion to build knowledge about basic characteristics of a plant. Add the missing details in the discussion by yourself. Ask the children to look at the diagram of parts of a plant in the book and see if they can identify any of the parts. As an activity, you may ask a student to identify a plant part or draw it, if missing, on the board when you read about the parts from the textbook one by one. Pick a volunteer and ask him or her, what is your favorite fruit? Then proceed to ask, does this fruit have one or many seeds? Can you tell how its seeds look like? Using the information from such discussion, explain that some flowers turn into fruits. Explain that the seeds grow into new plants. Show a model of a plant in the class if possible. You may use a real plant grown in a pot. Ask the students to say aloud the name of the plant part that you touch. The students will together say leaves, stem, or flower. For a quick recap, you may ask, do you know what is the function of this part? Then talk about the flower and tell the students that not all plants have flowers. Therefore, plants have two main types, flowering and non-flowering plants. Write the words flowering and non-flowering plants on the board and draw a line in the middle. Ask the students, can you name some flowers you see around? Tell them these flowers belong to the flowering plants. Then introduce non-flowering plants by asking them, have any one of you noticed green layers on still waters in the pond? It is algae, a non-flowering plant. Discuss the characteristics of flowering and non-flowering plants. Write them one by one on the board in the correct columns. Before wrapping up, ask the students to read aloud the characteristics of both types. You may ask a few students to tell some examples read in the book. Introduce the concept of biodiversity by telling them that there are millions of different plants and animals on Earth. This variety is called biodiversity. All the different types of living things help each other in their survival. Ask them, can you tell how plants help animals? What do humans get from plants? Help them to answer with hints. Then ask, what do plants get from animals? Give hints such as pollination, etc. Explain the fact that all organisms are important for each other to survive. Finally, discuss ways to protect biodiversity with the help of textbook. For homework, you can ask the students to find out at least one way that their community is working to protect biodiversity. It may be pollution control, tree plantation, or making a new nature park. Thank you for your listening, Honorable Teacher. Allah Hafiz.